like or something? No, Sammy, why? Well, I see you looking the other way. You're not paying much attention to it no more. You probably hear all this shit all the time with cars and everything. No. He says, you see all these people? Yeah, I see them. What about him? Something wrong? No, nothing's wrong. He says, you know what I'm thinking? If I had 2 9mm on me, I could pull them out. I could kill all these fucking people.
Hostile recon in the air. Spies in the sky.
You could kill them all in a matter of a second. 60, 70, 80-year-old people. I'm thinking, what the fuck? You're talking about cars. Kuwait could be going through this fucking guy's brain, fantasizing about killing these old people. I said, listen, yeah, probably you could. Probably half of them, maybe more, would die of a fucking heart attack once you start shooting. I mean, they're being shot. Yeah. Look at them. I started getting uncomfortable with this conversation. And I really wanted to get the fuck away from it. So I said, well, why don't we just finish up this with the cars? Maybe we can make another appointment. I butt into Nino and Louie talk, and I said, you know what? Maybe we can make another meeting, and Louie could see if he could get something done, if you guys don't mind, and tell him the connection, and maybe we could do some stuff.
Enemy glide bomb incoming.
We'll get together. See if Louie can hook up with the cars and, give 20, 30 cars or 10 cars or something. And we'll work with you if you want. Yeah, that would be great. I appreciate it. All right, let's go. We shake hands with him, and me and Louie are walking towards the door. I said, bro, did you hear what he told me? When we were talking, what he was telling me? What? About shooting old people? Yeah. Yeah, what were you talking about? Wasn't me. I thought he was drifting away. I wanted to know what the fuck he was thinking, bro. Keep this in our mind. Keep this in the back of your head, bro. Something wrong with this guy.
Oh, I just saw you.
Who would sit there and fantasize about killing fucking 20 or 30 old fucking people, bro? Who are doing nothing? This guy crossed the line. He's killed so many people. I think he's becoming a serial killer. Let's pay attention to that. Let's keep that in the back of our fucking head. When we meet him or when we do certain things,
on the crawl.
Let's be ready all the time. Let's be prepared where we meet him, when we meet him, why we meet him. Is there a problem? Is this going on? Is that going on? Don't trust this guy no more. Something's not right up here, bro. You're sitting there fantasizing about killing fucking these people while we're negotiating about cars and making money. Does that make sense to you, Louie? Yeah, Sammy, I got it. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I know I'm right, bro. Let's pay attention to
I'm
this
playing
guy.
with no sound. I just want to listen to stories and eat my food.
I think Paul didn't think he was all right over here either for a while. So we go by the Jimmy Brown's Club on 86th Street. This was after this meeting. And Roy comes in, hey, Sammy, how are you? Personable guy. A lot of money. Sharp. He doesn't even look like a fucking killer, to tell you the truth. Doesn't have the smashed nose. He don't have that look. He doesn't even talk like that. But he's serious. Serious dude. Yes. So he starts talking to me, bro. You know what I'd love to do here? We're in Jimmy Brown's Club. He's a captain, a serious captain, and the boss is coming down. What? What do you want to do here?
New intel, ready for report.
No. He said, Sammy, we can get a bench and some weights. Nino and them, Tato and these guys talk, me and you, we could work out a little bit. In here? Oh, the bosses come. Our bosses. They're gonna be in the front talking.
Hostile
We're gonna
recon in the air.
be
Spies in the
pumping
sky.
That sounded so sick to me, but I didn't want to laugh because he's no joke, this guy.
Bloodthirsty.
So I said, I don't know. I mean,
Glide
I'd
bomb,
be
ready
a
for
little
target.
uncomfortable. What are we gonna do? Lay down with no shirts on, with pumping iron, and what the fuck are we doing, bro? It's a mob club. I mean, bosses and skippers and made guys. This isn't a gym. No, yeah, you know, we just showed them what we can do. Bro, I think everybody knows what you can do. You don't need weights. I don't need weights. I even stopped working out, I'll tell you the truth, but this is a great idea. Well, let me think about it maybe someday. So, Lloyd the Mayo,
Hostile recon
in my
in the air.
mind,
Spies in the
just
sky.
extremely dangerous. You can't laugh or joke about this. You can't laugh at him.
Fall
You can't
back.
try to
Seek the
ridicule
wounded.
him. You don't know what's going to go through that fucking mind of his. One more thing before I end it. Later on, Paul was going to make guys. And he was reaching out to some of the captains to see if you have any good guys around you to make. I had one or two people I wanted to propose to Tato to get made. I had an appointment with Roy. I went to his club. And we went outside the club. And I said, did you hear that Paul's looking for some guys to make? Yeah, I heard. You got some good guys around you. You gonna make some of them guys? I don't know. I said, you got good guys. It did work. He smirks at me and says, did work. My coffee boy is on 6 murders. Your coffee boy's on 6 murders. Yeah. Sammy, we got 200 hits. What? You killed 200 people? Yeah. Who's giving you all these orders? I mean, who gave you all these orders? 200 fucking people? No, bullshit. Yeah, I know I kill how many guys. Yeah, but not 200, bro.
200 fucking people.
No, not from the boss. He had a club, and on the corner.
Alright, we're switching to this.
The fuck is that, a fruit fly? The fuck is that, a fruit fly?
Who's giving you all these orders? I mean, who gave you all these orders? 200 fucking people. No, boss. Yeah, you know I kill how many. Yeah, but not 200, bro. No, not from the boss. He had a club, and on the corner of the club was a bar. Say. So I don't know who this guy is, even if I
There we
I
go.
don't have to take his word.
Thank
who he
you,
is
bro.
or what he is. And he says to me, I'm the boss of the California Fed. I said, I don't have a clue what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. But you try to be a smart guy. Now I know I'm on solid ground. I'm not supposed to recognize anyone, no matter what the fuck they tell me, unless I'm introduced properly. And I'm not introduced to this guy. So I'm just gonna, listen, I'm not trying to be a
Should be
smart guy.
fixed
I don't
now.
know what you're talking about. I'm here alone with my wife. And I think you should go somewhere else. You what? You heard me. I think you should go and talk to somebody else at some table and tell them what you are or what you think you are. I don't know what the fuck you're even talking about. So do me a favor, get the fuck away from me.
You guys want me to restart the story?
Oh, one of those. One of what?
I'll restart it.
A little while after I became a main member in the Gravano family, there was a place, the Westchester Premier Theater, and they put on these big shows, and it was a great place, and made guy, I can't think of his name right now, but he ran the place. And I got tickets to go there with my wife. So I took my wife to see a show. And I was sitting there, and this maid guy who was running the place came over to me and said, Sammy, there's a guy named Jimmy Fradiano. They call him Jimmy the Weasel.
Brony's
I
in
think
here.
he's the
What's
boss
up, man?
in California. That's the
What's
way
up,
he was
everybody?
introduced to me. And he wants to meet guys who are here tonight. He wants me to introduce them to him as being the representative, the boss of the family. And I want to take you over to him and give you an introduction. So I said, listen, bro.
Guys, I can see
I'm here with my wife.
I can see the chat now.
I'd rather just, forget about me, bro. Just, I'm
I
sitting
don't know
here
if this is
with my
professional,
wife.
but
I don't really want to meet him,
it's dinner and story time.
Another time, maybe. I didn't mean to be disrespectful or nothing, but he didn't know me. I didn't know him. I never met him. I never heard of a boss in California. California was basically a state, what they called a free state. In other words, there was guys from different families there, but I don't think there was actually a family there. I never heard of that, but I wasn't told that. But I just really wanted to let the night go by. I didn't want to leave my wife alone and sitting in the place. Not that I was worried about anything, but I just wanted to just hang out, have dinner, go see a show, and just chill. So he left. A little while later, this fairly skinny guy came over to me and said, let me talk to you. So I told my wife, excuse me 1 minute. And I got up and said, who are you? What do you want? He said, what are you, a tough guy? You don't want to have introduced to the proper way? I don't even know what you're talking about. I know when I was made, I'm not supposed to recognize anybody as a made guy unless I was introduced by a third party. So I don't know who this guy is. Even if I knew, I don't have to take his word who he is or what he is. And he says to me, I'm the boss of the California family. I said, I don't have a clue what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Or you're trying to be a smart guy. Now I know I'm on solid ground. I'm not supposed to recognize anyone, no matter what the fuck they tell me, unless I'm introduced properly. And I'm not introduced to this guy. So I'm just gonna, listen, I'm not trying to be a smart guy. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm here alone, I'm with my wife, and I think you should go somewhere else. You what? You heard me. I think you should go and talk to somebody else at some table and tell them what you are or what you think you are. I don't know what the fuck you're even talking about. So do me a favor, get the fuck away from me. Oh, one of those.
Cosa Nostra.
One of what? You're just trying to push an argument with me? I don't know who you are. And you don't know who the fuck I am, right? What do you think I am? I don't know what you think I'm at, what you're even talking about. So he gets a little more nasty and uppity with me, and I tell him, bro, I will break your fucking jaw in 2 more minutes. When I knock you the fuck down, I will kick your fucking balls right through your throat. If you don't get the fuck away from me. I just
love
told
it,
you, my wife is
because these
sitting at the
motherfuckers
table.
are
I'm talking
the
nice
best.
and calm to you. Because I don't want nothing to happen.
Especially
You
Sammy,
keep
bro.
pressing
Sammy's
this
one of the
fucking
realest
thing, I'm
human
telling you,
beings.
I'm gonna hurt you, bro. Get the fuck away from me.
Wasn't racist. He just believed
He
in the
walks
system
away.
of
Seems a
the
little
mob,
frustrated,
which
a little mad,
originally
a little
came from when
whatever.
they came off the boat and had to protect themselves. Because everybody was fucking with them. It's dope.
Later on, show is over, everything is over. I don't see him no more. But I see the guy who was running the press. This, Greg DePalma was his name, by the way. Greg DePalma. And I called him over, hey, Greg, come here, bro. What'd you tell this guy? I didn't want to meet him, or you told him something weird, bro?
Weird.
He says he's the boss in California. We don't introduce each other like that. You know that, bro. You got made, you're a friend. Let me remind you where the fuck you are a friend. You're a fucking friend in the Gambino family. If this guy's from fucking California, you took this guy's side and said something to wind him up against me a little bit, we'll take that up another fucking time. Yeah, I'm supposed to be thanking you for letting me come here, giving me a table and helping me out. Then you look at the situation you put me in. I told you I'm here alone with my wife. But you chose to do something that I wound up in a fucking argument with this guy. No, Sammy, I swear to God, I just said that, you were alone with you. You shouldn't have said a fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't have said nothing. We'll take it up another time. I don't feel like even arguing with you. I'm here with my wife. But we're going to take this up again, me and you. I don't like what you did. Sammy, take it easy, bro. I'll take nothing easy. What do you mean, take it easy? I'll show you what I'll take easy, bro. And I left. Sure enough, I get called by Paul Castellano. And you disrespected the boss? Paul, you made me. You told me that you cannot accept when somebody introduces themselves. I was never introduced to this guy. He told me he was a boss. He told you he was the boss? Yeah. And he wanted to be introduced. He got mad that I didn't get introduced to him or whatever. But we were never introduced. So I don't know if he's a friend. I don't know if he's a boss. I don't know what the fuck he is. And I answered him the right way. Greg DePalma said something to this guy that wound him up. Greg DePalma wasn't standing there and turn around and say, Sammy's a friend of ours. He's the representative of the California family, wherever the fuck he's supposed to be from. if that happened, I would have been abusive. I would be wrong. And he pressed it with me, pushed me. And my wife is sitting alone. I'm alone at this fucking place. I came here to have a nice time. Got me a nice table. He did the right fucking thing. And then I told Greg on the fucking way out. I'll straighten it out with him. And I told him, you're a friend. You could introduce him. Why did you tell this guy? You forgot where you belong? You belong with the Gambino family. Paul perked right up. You told him that? Yeah. Good. Good. That's fucking where he belongs. Thinks he's a movie star introducing people all over the fucking place.
He's a fucking movie star.
Yeah, Sinatra there and people there, and he's Mr. Big Shot. I'm glad you did that. Forget it. You did nothing wrong. Okay, thank you. And it was over, basically. I don't know the period of time that passed, but sometime later, when I saw Paul again, he says, come here, you want to hear something? He's not a boss of any family. He's a mate guy, but he's not a boss of any family. He was like, number one.
Chapati.
Number two,
I'm eating hella
we
Indian
found
food,
out
yo.
that this guy's a confidential
It's
informant.
fucking hot though. Yeah.
I don't know how long he was a confidential informant, but he was probably meeting guys. He might have been white. And that information would have went right to the feds. You did yourself a big fucking favor. We called in this fucking Greg De Palma. We put him when he was with Nino Gadget.
We're gonna do one more story and then we'll start.
And I
playing.
told Nino,
It's like 10 or 15 minutes.
make sure he conducts himself
After
the right
this.
way. The situation with Sammy that happened in there, because he told Nino, he said, that's not the only situation with him. Tell him to behave himself or we'll feed him to Roy DeMeo, your other guy.
That guy's fucked in the head. Dude's literally fucked.
Nino must have went back and talked to him. But the next time I bumped into Greg De Palma, he was a lot different and very apologetic. I said, listen, I didn't even know they talked to him. I said, you don't have to apologize. It's over. It steamed me up. I really didn't like the way this guy was pushing on me like that. But it's over. It's in the past. It didn't happen between me. I don't have no hard feelings. I don't have anything. Not a big deal. My wife was nervous when we walked the fuck out because here I am arguing with people. She don't know who the fuck they are. She thought I'm arguing with some customer. You want to know what she told me? Why are you so ready to fight with me? The skinny old man, he was just talking. You get nasty. You know what I told her? What? Mind your fucking business.
Huh?
You don't know who he is or what he is. I really feel bad I said that to her. But it's your fucking fault. The argument with him and a little tiny argument with my wife. I went there to have a good time. Fuck this joint. Don't ever get me tickets, don't ever invite me, don't ever do nothing. We just coexist. The moral of this story is, when you take this oath, you gotta abide by the oath. I'm not supposed to recognize anyone who tells me there's something. Even if I knew he was that way, I was never introduced properly, and I cannot recognize him. He cannot recognize me. So the moral of the story is, abide by the rules. Stay with Cosa Nostra, 100%.
There you go.
And you'll be safe.
Grova
all the
Nostra.
time. Adios, motherfuckers.
Adios, Sammy. Fucking love that dude so much, bro. Alright, let's do, Alright, last one, then we'll play some Vanguard.
Hey guys, I'm gonna do a video today. I had a lot of requests about this. Whitey Bulger. And now I got another request. They're doing a book or a movie or something about his brother, who was a politician. And there's a whole story. And they asked me to talk about it. So it made me think that I'm being asked about him in so many different ways from so many different people that I'm going to do a video on him. Now, I never actually knew him. I never met him. I never knew him. I know his story. I was in prison with a guy named Frankie Cadillac, who was the boss of the Boston family. And he talked to me and told me about his experiences with him. He had a license to steal, to kill with the FBI. The reason was that he would give up Italian mafia people. He was part of the Winter Hill gang. And he had a bunch of guys around him. One of his right-hand men was Steve, the rifleman Fleming. I also did time with him. And he talked to me about him and his crew and Whitey Bulger and everything that went on with them. They did have this agent, I don't remember his name. He eventually got pinched. I believe he went to prison as well.
Y'all hear that shit? Bro, I swear to God,
FBI
I hear
obviously
Gregorian
was very
chants
embarrassed about
all
this
the
whole
time.
Situation.
Whoa, shit like that. I fucking hear that all the time.
Let me go back.
What's going on?
He went out with a woman. Her name was Marianne Hussey. And she had a 15, 16-year-old daughter. She was very friendly with Whitey. She used to call him daddy and all this other stuff. He raped her a number of times, which literally made him a pedophile and a rapist, both. As she got a little older, she took drugs. She was mentioning their name when she got in trouble. They were afraid that this story would come out. They eventually killed her. He killed a lot of people. There's stories that he killed 30, 40 people. I don't know about that, but he did kill a lot of people. He was vicious.
Oh,
He was a
bro,
child
he's in this
molester,
gang, boy.
a rapist. He was a confidential informant, I believe, from 1965. So almost all of his life, he was an informant, meeting people, meeting mafia guys, giving them stuff, and setting them up. And that's how he got this pass. So when I talked to Frankie Cadillac, he told me the whole story. He went to prison for a while and got out. They questioned him about his son on a murder. And he lied about it. His son was on the murder, and he said he wasn't. And he got pinched again. And that's when I was with him, the second pinch. And I had asked him, your son passed away, right? Yes. And why the fuck would you lie? I was going to protect his integrity. He was on the murder, and he's dead. You put yourself back in jail for nothing. He didn't act proper in prison as far as I was concerned. So I dealt with him for a while. He was older than me. I respected him. He was up in age. But I stopped staying with him. I didn't abuse him. I didn't do anything like that. But I stopped staying with him. Fleming, the rifleman,
God, I'm
was
so tired, bro.
older than me too, much older. He was going to cooperate with the government. He was doing a life sentence. And he was going to cooperate with the government against Whitey Bulger. And I asked him why. Are they giving you a break? No. Then why would you cooperate? Says Sammy, with that girl, I had her too. He passed her around to us. I had oral sex with her. I'm sick about what I did with everything with him. So this is just payback, more or less, whatever you want to call it. I want to cleanse myself of him and everything else.
I fucking love Sammy, dude.
I thought that
This
was a
guy
pretty
is
good
so
answer. I
dope.
didn't know how to answer it, so I let it go. I did work out with him a little bit. I stayed friendly with him. And then I left that unit. So I knew about Whitey Bulger from inside. The people he cooperated against, I did time with. The people in his crew, I did time with. He went on the lam in 1995, I believe. He was on the lam for about 16, 17 years, whatever it was. He had left that first girl, and he was with another one. She went on the lam with him. One day, the agents told me. She went into a beauty parlor, and someone recognized her. He became public enemy number one, and they had her picture too. The woman recognized her, called the FBI. They found him. They picked him up. When they picked him up, I think he had $600,000 in his apartment and a host of all kinds of different weapons. Guns, rifles, automatic weapons, shotguns. It looked like he was ready to go to war. But they took him down without no violence, no nothing. He was 81 years old. They took him back in prison. They put him in a penitentiary. Penitentiary is a heavyweight place. People are doing life without parole, 30 years, 20 years, 50 years. A lot of dangerous guys. And he's going to go in with a hell of a lot of baggage. Everything you could not like about somebody, he had that baggage. Especially being a child molester. So, there's rumors that the government killed him. I don't know about that, but I do know one thing about prisons. I got 22 years in prisons. They know, the prison knows that he's a target. He's 81 years old. He's wheelchair bound. He can't fight back. And he's with very, very dangerous people with all that baggage. They know he's going to die. There's no doubt about it. Now, why they put him in there? Maybe it was time to bury secrets. Maybe they were afraid that he might spill the beans on the whole government situation with him. They already knew about that 1 or 2 agents,
I'm so full.
but I'm sure he knew a hell of a lot more.
I usually eat so much.
He was even told by them they were coming. That's why he went on the lam and became public enemy number one. He was told. So the story more or less talks about the brother who was a heavyweight politician this whole time for years and years.
Heavyweight.
He was even called to a grand jury
You got
or a Senate committee or something like that. And he took the 5th. They threw him out as a politician. So the movie or story or book, whatever they're writing about him now, saying that he never knew, he didn't know, he's a good guy, he was a great politician, whatever the fuck he was. That's bullshit. He knew. That's why he took the 5th. He couldn't talk. Everyone knew what he was while he was on the street. I mean, his brother who controlled that whole area as a politician didn't know. The cops knew, the FBI knew, the neighborhood knew, and he didn't know. They tell some stories that he helped somebody fix a flat. He was a decent person. I don't know how you can wipe away that much garbage just because you fixed the flat.
Oh my God, I'm tired as fuck.
So you people were asking me about Whitey Bulger, the story. The girlfriend who was in the beauty parlor, she got arrested too. I think she got convicted of harboring a criminal or something like that. I don't know if she's in prison now or she's out. I don't even know if she's alive or dead. But I told you as much as I know about him. I never really answered because I can't stomach it. I can't stomach everything he did. It's not just one thing. It's not that he cooperated. When somebody cooperates, they rat. I did it myself. There's usually stories behind it. A confidential informant walking around wired with the government right behind him, listening to these things and setting up his friends, his best friends, setting up mafiosos because they're Italian. And he was able to get away with everything he did. That type of cooperation to me is the worst possible thing you can do. Raping someone, another thing I have.
Bro, rape and child
a daughter,
molestation and
have
abuse.
nieces.
I think we should kill people.
I know so many young
Just
women.
kill them. Like,
I got young women working
I
with
don't
me
give a
before
fuck
me.
about what you're saying.
Raping
You're
them
gonna
is
die.
beyond my imagination. It's disgusting.
Motherfuckers will stop doing that real
A
quick.
child molester is icing on the cake. I never talked about him because I can't stand him.
Yeah.
I think they were suing, saying that the government killed him. Now, a warden put him in this place. A warden knows better. The prison guards know better. They must have been ordered. So I believe that he was killed.
He was murdered.
To shut
bro.
him down, to shut him up. I don't see how they would put him in population. And now they would, I don't know he's going to be killed. You don't know. You know everything that's going on in the prison. They know it backwards and forward. So that's my story. You wanted to hear about Whitey Bulger, so that's it. Adios.
Adios, my motherfucking man, boy. Oh, Jesus, dude, I'm fucking passing out over here. Better.
Hi,
Come on,
guys.
let's load this up.
I got a story that went back quite a while. This is one of those pretty heavy stories that I really shouldn't talk about a little bit because of my podcast that are coming out soon.
Dude,
I'm
I'm
going
gonna
to
fucking
save
fall
these
asleep
stories,
here.
but I thought it was time to come out with another story that was a little powerful. It was a guy named Gus Faraci. He did time in prison for manslaughter or something like that. Real tough guy, big guy, steroid freak, big, huge fucking body, arms, and fairly good-looking guy. He went into a little luncheonette in Staten Island where my mother-in-law and father-in-law owned it.
No enemy skulls. What the fuck
And
does that
my
mean?
wife, my sister-in-law would go and help them in the restaurant. One day when my wife wasn't there, he came in and he started asking my sister-in-law, "Where's your sister?" She looks just like you, they're twins. And my sister-in-law told him she's married. And I understand he said, "I don't give a fuck." Well, maybe you should. She's married to Sammy the Bull. He said, "I don't give a fuck." Now, I don't recall exactly who told me this, but it came back to me. I was a little annoyed at it. Not the part that he liked my wife. That's, a man could look at her, she was a good-looking woman, he could like her, I mean. But the point of saying he didn't give a fuck who she was married to and stuff like that bugged me up a little bit, but I never followed up. I never really did anything. He was a drug dealer, and he was in trouble all over the place. I didn't know him personally. I heard of him. I started asking about him. And the next time I heard about him, he was in a car doing drug deals or something with a black guy.
A black guy.
He kind of thought that the questions that he was asking him while they were making deals, he started thinking that this guy may have been an undercover, not cop, but an undercover informant. So they must have had words in the car, and he shot and killed him. He was a cop. He was a DEA agent. There was a confusion with the wires. The backup teams were listening, and it all blanked out for a while. They went over there, and this DEA agent was dead. A massive investigation took place. Agents, FBI agents, were going to the mafia. They were shaking up everything. Clubs, breaking balls with, we want this guy, or whatever they wanted. They were investigating, trying to get him. Now it was out in the paper that he was an undercover agent, and there was this massive investigation. So he was kind of laying low. He had a gun with him all the time, from what I heard. I guess he was ready to have a shootout with the cops, or whatever he was thinking. He had a relationship with the Gravano family, from what I understood. One day, my wife answered the door, and she said, "Sammy, there's FBI by the door." I went to the door, and I says, "What can I do for you?" He says, "Sammy, we want you to tell John Gotti that we want this guy found, and we don't care how." The way they said it, I just had to ask the question, "Are you asking me to kill him?" "Oh, no, Sammy, we're not going there. We don't give a fuck how he's found." "Oh, really?" And about the thing with John Gotti, I'm not a messenger, bro. If you want to talk to John Gotti, go to his house yourself. I'm not going to go to him and tell him that what you want. And they left. This thing really got serious in the neighborhood. They were really pushing on things. And later on, I heard that police did go to John Gotti's house. I'm not sure if he did or didn't. But they were bothering everybody about this. What happened is that there was two brothers, Junior Chili, who was a captain in the Gravano family, and Jerry Chili, who was a maid guy. They must have had some sort of a relationship with this Gus Faraci. And they took him into Manhattan, where Jerry Chili's daughter had an apartment. And they hid him out in there. He told his daughter, "Let the kids stay here. People are looking for him," this, that, and the other thing. And that was a tremendous position that they put themselves in by doing that, with law enforcement, with the mob, with the whole thing. Especially that this guy was a complete fucking lunatic. I mean, this is not the type of people we wanted around us, some steroid freak, taking drugs, has no respect for anybody, just like he did with me. Sammy the Bull is her husband. I don't give a fuck. He would have gave a fuck if we would have bumped into each other, but like I said, I never pushed the situation. He had sex with Jerry Chili's daughter. After hiding him in there, they found out what happened. And the Gravano family, Jerry Chili and Junior Chili, were fuming. We're hiding him from the law. We put ourselves in a bad situation both ways. And this is what you do?
Yeah, that dude's a
He
piece
not
of
only
shit.
had sex with her, but he banged her around the apartment a little bit. And maybe they had words or whatever it was. And the Gravano family now, for that reason, I know there's a lot of reasons. They'll say there was contracts because of he was putting pressure on the mob. Mob didn't want nothing to do with killing him or doing anything with him because of pressure. But this was agreed by the mob. Hit this fucking kid. Take him out. But he knew he fucked up, and he took off out of that Manhattan apartment and was running around the streets
Yo, what up? It's
with
the
some of his
universe.
friends. I didn't know his friends. There was one kid that he was friends with, a guy named Joe Boy. Now, he didn't know about any contract or anything, but he knew there was a problem with him. He was his friend. He was packing too. They made an appointment with him in Brooklyn, Bensonhurst, Brooklyn, I believe it was. And at this meeting, they had these two guys, maybe more, who were involved in the hit to kill him. I understood that one of the kids, or both, two of the kids, their father was a cop, an NYPD cop, I believe. When they went to this appointment, he showed up with Joe Boy. They started shooting. They hit him. The other guy, Joe Boy, took out a gun. He was shooting at the hit team. They shot him too. He flopped down. They killed Gus Faraci. Joe Boy was in the Gambino family. The Banana people complained about him shooting back. There's a hit. Why did this kid interfere? It went to John. That's where I come in. John wanted to talk about killing Joe Boy. The problem was that Joe Boy's father, a guy named Gus, was a made guy in the Gambino family. His uncle was Joe Butch, a captain in the Gambino family. They came and they spoke for him. The kid didn't know. He didn't know it was a hit team. He didn't know what the fuck it was. He didn't mean to interfere. They pleaded their case to save his life. Me and John talked about it. I remember telling John, if he didn't mean it and he didn't know what the kid did, I mean, what would we do if somebody started shooting at us? Wouldn't we shoot back? And he is related to two friends of ours, a captain and a made guy. This is his father. John agreed. Wasn't a big argument. It wasn't a big problem. He agreed. And he said, we'll give him a pass on this hit. But we got to really talk to Joe Butch. And Joe Butch has got to talk to Gus about his kid. We don't go walking around the fucking streets with guns. This kid here, he made a mistake, but what kind of shit are you hanging out with? A fucking junkie, a steroid fucking freak? A kid's got no fucking respect for nobody. What are you doing with this fucking kid? You bring shame to us. For that reason, we thought about killing him. John was going to tell this to Joe Butch and Gus. He did. Talked to them and told them that. We gave him a pass. And basically, that's the way it ended as far as Joe Boy. The Gravano family was talking to one of those kids or two of those kids who were on this hit, and the son of a cop, was being questioned what he knew, his knowledge about this hit. He was investigating it. They were afraid that he would talk to his father and they killed him, from what I understood. I don't know all of these characters that I'm talking about, but talking with John Gotti, this is the information that was coming to me. I understand there's stories in newspapers and every other shit that's a little different. I don't tell stories that I read in the newspapers. So mine's a little different. You can take it however you want to take it. But that's my story of what went on, what I understood about this case. There was a lot of conversation between us, the Gambino family, and the Bonanno family with Junior Chiller. This is what we did. We didn't kill Joe Boy, but we're going to tell you the same thing. How could you take this fucking bum into your daughter's house? Did he rape her? No. What are you doing with your daughter? Look what she did. Let's analyze that. Because we analyzed what Joe Boy did. What about your daughter? Now, we're not asking you to kill her or do anything like that. But don't walk around cocky. Don't be too fucking proud of what you did. That kid should have never been in that apartment. This kid tried to fuck around with my wife, which I didn't take no offense to. But he made a fucking statement when someone told him that's Sammy the Bull's wife. He didn't give a fuck. He said it. I don't give a fuck. No, if he would have been in my fucking house, he would have been dead. In my house. Cosa Nostra is about a lot of things, a lot of people's lives. It's twisted, it's tangled, it's mixed in so many different ways. Some points, we actually bunk into and have relationships with cops. And I don't mean good relationships or mega conversations, but they're always on us 24/7. You get to know who they are. That's what I thought when the FBI came to me. And I welcomed it. 2 agents.
Oh my God.
No matter what way, Sammy. Well, there would be nothing better for me to do for the government to kill somebody for them. That would give me a license to do whatever the fuck I felt like doing. How could they ever deal with me or fuck with me or do anything? But they checked themselves right away. But that was the message. They wanted this kid so fucking bad. They were in every single club. I read something that they only went around and talked to 2-3 people. That's bullshit. I don't know where the newspapers get some of these stories. They were in every club. Every guy in my era probably would tell you they were in our club. Because they were. They bothered everybody. They were putting pressure. They wanted him given up. They didn't give a fuck how his body turned up. I don't think there was any investigation of, very little investigation of what the fuck went on, who killed him, and I don't think they gave a shit. But I do think that somebody was arrested and took a plea to copped out to the murder and or participating in the murder somehow. I don't know those kids, and I don't know what happened with them. But it's a real, true mafia story that involved a few families. At bare minimum, the Gambino family, the Bonanno family, and the killing of a DEA agent. Now, you were dealing with this agent that you didn't know from a hole in the wall. What kind of man was he? Think about it. Don't know this guy from a hole in the wall and he's dealing drugs with him. Now, all of a sudden, he catches a delusion and he kills the agent. He killed the wrong fucking guy. But even killing another guy, supposing he was a black guy and he wasn't an agent, then you're talking with him. He had no value for life. He didn't even make sure if the guy was, he didn't know the guy was an agent, so he wouldn't have known if he's an informant. He probably could have killed anybody. So the moral of the story is this kid did not belong to us in the mafia, and that's why everybody got a little tongue lashing about him to begin with. If you like this story, press like, subscribe.
You paid for that dirt in blood, boys. Nice work.
Jolly children, yeah. 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 Fuck that note up. Jolly children, yeah. All roads lead to the farm. Hey, you got that fucking right. I'm selling my house and I'm moving to the fucking farmland. I'm serious, dead ass serious. I'm gonna make it so I don't have to leave my house for 3 years. That means canned food, water, just all necessities you need to survive for 3 years, 3 to 5 years. Jolly children, yeah. Jolly children, yeah. Wow, I'm so fucking tired and sore. Fuck. What up, Def B? Ed Obbs?
Securing Able.
You guys are always watching me, bro.
They're taking Baker.
I'm really grateful for you. I really am. This is genuine truth.
Baker is
Give my
lost.
motherfucking number.
Poor
My
domination.
motherfucking number.
Take the objective. Timing it lean and mean. Taking Charlie.
Piece of shit.
Capturing Charlie. Charlie is ours. Kill. Taking Baker. New intel, ready for report.
Oh, you bitch.
Taking Able. Baker locked down.
Sheesh. Who the hell just dropped up in here? Who the hell just came in here watching? Huh?
They're taking
Huh?
Baker.
Huh?
Baker is lost. Friendly sending a glide bomb.
Holy fucking shit, bro. That was a little too much. I got a little panicked, but I could have killed them all. Oh, you gotta watch your head. Please don't stand up. Yo, you camping bitch. Excuse my anger.
Glide bomber assist coming in.
Alright, this is the last time I'm going this way.
Losing objective Charlie.
Oh, they're all about to fucking come out here, bro.
Intel, ready for report. Enemy shells coming in
Oh,
hot.
another one.
Securing Baker. Closing with Baker. Recon me. Find a bug.
Got me on the quick draw.
Enemy care package.
Got me on the quick draw. On the what? The quick draw. Got me on the quick draw. You know what I mean?
Hostile recon in the air. Spy.
Very fucking spy, but you know.
Hostile recon in the air. Spies in the sky.
Lose it. Oh my god, that wasn't bad.
Capturing Baker.
I might just be too fucking tired, bro. I don't even know what, like, I did wing sprints today. I did 10 or 15 of them, I forget, but I did wing
Hostile
sprints, so I
recon
really
in the
did
air.
sprint my ass off.
Spies in the sky.
Could have sworn I shot you, but, you know.
Double kill.
Oh, sorry.
Losing objective Charlie.
That's a horrible grenade. But, you know what? We're gonna get it.
All objectives secure. Dig in.
Bitch! I thought you thought that I was going the other way. Okay. This is hardcore, but...
They're taking Charlie. Charlie is overrun. Able is ours.
Oh, Soul's
Yeah,
left.
like, son of a bitch.
Closing with Charlie. The round is nearly done. You can still save it. Friendly package inbound.
What the fuck?
Losing objective Baker.
Get up out my fucking... Get up out of here, bruh. I might have killed myself because I just hit that guy. Yep. With the grenade, I hit his bitch ass.
Able is overrun. Friendly second fight. Taking Charlie.
I'll being mad at. Let's see. Please. Please.
We're dug in at Charlie.
I'm playing with no sound. So you guys know.
Got an enemy dog free out there.
Oh.
They're taking Baker. New intel, ready for report.
You know what the fuck is that? I know you won't give up.
They're taking Baker.
Listen, I'm sick of you fucking explosive devices. You're just fucking throwing them. I can tell you
They're
got no
taking
fucking...
Baker. They're taking Charlie. Allied climb on the right. Losing objective Baker.
Bro, I'm hitting you first.
Losing objective Baker.
You know what? Guess what, you fucking motherfuckers.
They're taking Baker.
Because you want to fuck around with me. And all this other crazy shit. Okay? I'm out of here.
Losing objective Baker. Cover your head. Enemy bottom. Baker is lost.
What time is it,
Taking
dude?
Baker.
You got Charlie.
They're taking Charlie. Allied glide bomber on the way. Allied airdrop on the way. Hostile strafe inbound. Closing with Able. They're taking Charlie.
Yeah,
Taking
guys, I
Able.
might have to just go to sleep.
Enemy's got a guard. Closing with Baker.
Feels weird.
Taking Baker.
Alright, this
Capturing
pissed me
Baker.
off.
Round's almost over.
Yep,
Say
right.
goodnight.
Yes.
Enemy glide bombing, taking Baker. Hostile recon. Spies in the sky.
What is fucking hitting me, bro? Shit is so annoying.
Closing with Baker.
Okay, now I get fucked up. Watch, I've got like
62 kills.
30 deaths.
God damn it.
Very nice. What's up, everybody?
Oh my god.
What
Who was
is
that?
up?
Rasta.
No, it was not me.
How's everybody doing?
Oh shit.
I think I'm about to get off because I ran wind sprints
Well,
and I'm
looks
like
like that's
literally
gonna be it.
delirious. So
Yeah.
I am voting.
yeah.
I had 9 headshots.
Oh, 41 deaths. Oh, I think I'm out, bro. Yeah. All right, guys. I'll be back on probably 7 to 8 in the morning. One love. I hope you and your family remain healthy, happy, and whole, because you are. All right.